Oh, damn. I'm really... Sorry. I forgot. But I got it, so it's fine. Oh, shit! I love you, Jason! Anyway. That's such a funny... Anyway. Hi, how are we doing? Let me pop you in. I've already cracked this bitch open. Not the correct file, but one of them. I did open both, but it didn't do that for some reason. Dumb. Came up behind and I picked it up. Okay. We were doing winter. Switched it up. Yo, I was broken back then. Wait, what the hell? Oh, keeps. My bad. There we go. We got our little guy. We're so fucking back. This one's wonderfully square. Like, it's super close to being square. So that's really nice. I was looking up how to produce stickers. So the best. Hi, how are you? Just haven't opened these in a while. Sure. Said we ain't got nothing to prove. Is it too quiet? Be honest. I think I just turned it down for me. So now it's quiet for me. I'm pretty good. Ready to rock. Always super psyched to work on these stupid fucking stickers, which is weird because normally I'm not like, let's fucking go. I'm ready to do stickers, you know? Hello? There we go. We can do an ellipse. That's fine. We'll move it though. Damn. We'll adjust these to make them look meltier. To upgraded. It's gonna be kind of an annoying way to do it. Wait, I can simplify it. Hold on. Simplify. Upgraded. What the hell? Because we only need so many points. Not great, but that's fine. Okay. Glad that came out lumpy. Okay. Okay, yeah, that'll be much easier. We'll actually lift that back up. Because we do want him to look a little bit melty. There it is. I actually don't know that I like that. We'll get rid of it. You just everything ever believed, you saved me. We'll get rid of this. Sometimes the sketch is so fucking distracting, it's crazy. Oh, I was like, what the hell? It told me that my ad is prepared, I guess. So I can run another ad if I want to be a freak. I don't, but I could. Anyway. Be honest. Are we getting tired of the stickers? Because if we're tired of watching you do the stickers. Hi, Chilla. How are you? Oh, no, thank you. Where's my mini player? Get this shit out of here. No. No. I'll let it slide. Me goog. Very happy to hear. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure, because I don't care. Oh, yeah, I was talking about, one of our speakers. Hell yeah, brother! Hope you had a good time. I really don't know how I feel about this. I think... Got a little anxious and went home and got pizza. Okay, then I came home. Hell yeah, 2! That does sound like a more pleasant time for me personally. Subtract that one. Subtract that one too. Okay, I know what we'll do. We'll just make him kind of bottom heavy. But I was doing sorry, I was looking up supplies you need to make stickers. Because what the hell? Okay. I have to erase this, so give me a second. It's really fucking annoying. But anyway, yeah, I was doing, there it is. Anyway, so I was looking at how to produce your own stickers, because there's a couple of different ways you can do that. Like, you can do, you can, like, get a company to do it for you, and there are, like, smaller companies who will do it, and so it's not, like, super, like, you can get, it doesn't have to be crazy, expensive or anything. Like, I think, the company that I used to get my mom's stickers all done up, because she wanted me to design stickers. I think I did some on stream, actually. I don't know if we remember them, but, ironically, I'm doing them in a very similar fashion to the way I'm doing these. Like, the style is very similar in the sense that it's, like, it's, like, the thicker, I think we move this, add, and then we'll, hey, there we go, where it has the very thick lines and it's gonna be flat colored, it's my fucking song. Grace and I went to a party yesterday. It was just her work party or whatever. And the fucking light of the party had been like, yeah, we're doing karaoke. The boss said that there was a microphone available here or something. And so I enabled and found the microphone. And so it was It was weird there. It it was weird. Hold on. Did I turn this down? Hold on. Okay, that's off. Okay. Okay, that's down. That's up. That's as high as it goes. I think I like warm. Which is weird. Anyway, so yeah, it was fucking weird as shit there. Cause so the the experience. You walk in. Classic. You have to walk in anywhere. Um, well, you have to. So first of all, we drove in. We missed the turn because it was a very weird building that I didn't know what it was called, so I didn't have any idea where we were fucking going. So had I known where we were going, it probably would have been a lot easier for me to fucking get there. But I didn't know. The GPS had an address, so I was looking for like a mailbox with some numbers on it. To be honest, given the knowledge that I had no idea it had a name. Like the business we were going to had a name. I had no fucking idea. So we missed the turn, but we turn around, we get there, it's fine. It is a house, and it was on a road, and there were other like businesses, so it wasn't that weird that it was like a business that was made out of a house. However, it was a very interesting uh a very interesting building. Cuz it had like a regular white house exterior, great, cool, whatever. But once you walk up to the door is fucking bedazzled. And the sign on the outside of the building, I forget, like it had like, like like a sign on the building in like it was like a black sign, and then it was lit in purple, which was very weird. Whatever, none of my business on the whole, but very weird. I'm gonna have it be shaped like this. But anyway, the door is bedazzled, which I jaw on the floor walking in. And we walk in, and there are no white lights lighting the house. It's all like purple or green. Like when we walked in, we like me and a coworker of Grace's were like, haha, wicked lights. Or I think Grace said it too, but anyway, it because there was a green and pink light in the same like fixture. It was very weird. It was all very horribly lit. I did take pictures because I was so skeeved out. But yeah, we get in. Let me see. We do need another. But anyway, the food isn't like done getting set up by the time we get there, because it's like a catering place, I guess, where we're like in a house, and it's like a small event center, and so they catered the food. But the weirdest part was discovering that the guy who ran the business lived upstairs. And now that would be fine. Like, honestly, dream come true. You live in the apartment complex above your beautiful, charming diner, like that's the dream. Or your beloved sandwich shop passed down from generation to generation, a la Wizards of Waverly Place. Like, that's the dream, is being able to walk down to work, like, downstairs. Like, that's great. You, cool. But knowing that he was up there was a little uncomfortable, because it wasn't I am in a sandwich shop, upstairs is the house. It was, I am in a house, upstairs is more house. Very funny. Anyway, so whatever. We do end up finding the microphone because we had access to everything, which was another weird thing that I found kind of uncomfortable, because it was like, oh, we can go anywhere? Why? There was like one door that said employees only on it, and then everything else you were like good to go and like rustle around in, which was very bizarre. And normally I feel like if you're at like a small event center, you'd be like supervised. You know what I mean? Like, someone would be like there to make sure you're not getting into anything you're not supposed to be getting into. But no. He didn't seem to care that much. He just went upstairs, which is, that's his right. But it was a little weird that we weren't more supervised. But yeah, so we were rustling around and we had access to the outside, and I had gotten it open because I'm very stubborn. And the boss was like, I can't get it open, but I don't want to break it. Apparently my ass simply does not care. I did just go ahead and crack that bitch open. And then we went out back into a creepy shed. Goodbye. Smell you later. But yeah, anyway, so we get the karaoke microphones. Well, I find one in like because we were just rustling around and stuff, so I was like, okay, I will also rustle. And there was like a drawer thing that the boss guy hadn't checked. And so I fucking cracked it open. I was like, hello, whatever. I was wrestling around there and found the um uh uh um I found the microphone. And so there was like a YouTube, there was like a projector in the room that we were hanging out in. And so we, I guess, went in there and started karaoke after the guy had come down, which was so funny. We started karaoke and he ended up bringing down a second microphone. But honestly, he was very weird. Like, I did not, if you're you could be there like, Lee. Yeah, it was very not what I wanted. Okay. But yeah, him coming down and bringing the second microphone, very nice of him. It was like, okay, cool, now we get to do duet karaoke. Him singing when he was plugging it in, I did not like that. It was like, okay, man, thanks for your help. You can go now. Like, I did not appreciate that as much as other people thought it was funny. I think we're gonna make him look kind of sad. Or I guess he was gonna do that, to be honest. That's so funny. Honestly, him talking to the Ring doorbell, which is another thing that happened. Cause Sharon and Sharon was like, yeah, I was so excited for food, I'm just gonna go eat. And then I didn't notice anything about the decor or anything. And I was like, girl, we need to go look at the fucking door. The bedazzled door. Cause it's crazy. Yeah, the Ring doorbell was insane. I'm not even really sure why he has one at an event venue place. I guess I've never been to another small event venue location, so I can't really say what he did was right or wrong. It's also his house, but yeah, I don't think on average people's houses are also event venues, so I feel like that's problem number one. Personally, and that could just be my preference. But I definitely would have rather had gone to that weird fancy restaurant again that we had gone to last year. I think it would have been much more comfortable to have done that personally. Did I have more fun this year? Yes. Was that because of the guy's business? Technically, yes. Does that negate the fact that probably, like, personally, it was way better this year, but we did have, like, a cooler coworker to hang out with, and it wasn't, like, so, but yeah. I did, it was weird, because I feel like I missed the people we were hanging out with last year, but we were only hanging out with a couple of people, and one of them I wasn't as pleasant this year, and they were sitting further away. Oh, we're almost done with the song. I won't skip it. Yeah. He was more pleasant last year than he was this year. It's fine. I've been doing it. It's not like we're doing last name, so it's fine. A dream come true. I don't think so, because I don't think he was really that much louder this year either, to be fair. Out of sight, moon growing dim. Up the hill. Like, he wasn't super loud this year. It's just like, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. Karaoke is on. The room vibrant, delightful, having a ball. I feel like there should have been alcohol. That might have loosened some people up. Does that kind of make me uncomfortable? Yes, it does, but that's my own personal issue. I definitely think we need to get some alcohol in him. Big Mike, he needed a drink or two. He needed to loosen up, to be honest with you. He seemed so uncomfortable the whole time. And I understand why. It was a very weird venue. And I'm 100% sure it was not his choice. It felt like you could taste that it was not his decision to be here. It was also weird that the owners didn't show up. But they were on the thing to don't have a clue. 3 people drank before the party, so no, that clearly didn't help. Oh. Brand new baby girl. Everyone's freaking out. Oh no! I'm sorry. Why? Was it because of the weird fucking house? Because no shame in that, man. Damn, that shit was crazy. I don't know where on this strand. New. Through and through. One more and then we'll even it out. Brand new baby girl. Yeah, we'll have to mess with those. Okay. Blink, 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 blink. Wait, what was weird? It's fine. That's why I felt so bad. No, it's because you guys going to say, nah. The house was weird. Everyone was not acting like they didn't work. Michael was being weird, and the owners were not coming. It's weird. Okay. Yeah, the owners saying that they were gonna show up. The owners booking the weirdest strip club as human trafficking as location in the world, and then not showing up felt like a slap in the fucking face. Because last year was a nice restaurant, you know? It was like, all right, we're being treated. Did I have a burger? Yes, I fucking did. Was it nice food? No. That was my choice, though. Did we have a weird butterscotch soda? Fuck yeah, we did. Did we not really touch it? Hell yeah, we didn't. Because it wasn't our dime that we were wasting. It was someone else's, right? So, did we have to pay for that? I don't remember. Nobody was acting normal. It was awful. You sure? And honestly, given the location we were in, I understand completely why no one was super comfortable. I thought it was fucking hysterical and was ready to rock. I was like, I am in my element. Like, something super bad is happening. It's time to be funny. Okay, it wasn't super bad, but it was comically ugly in there. It was so bad. Because I was being weird too. I didn't like it. No, I get that. It's definitely a vibe thing, I would argue. Like, ooh, don't do that. So breathe in and breathe out. Don't forget to let go. But yeah, because I didn't know what the fuck was going on, I didn't really give a shit. I was like, weird situation? No, I don't know anybody, so I don't need to know. Her limit line 9 when we were all sitting in a weird limbo silence between rounds of karaoke. I was like, get fuck guys now. I felt kind of bad because I was having a good time and I wanted to stay. I was like this. Well, I was kind of like once my first round of karaoke didn't go very well. Mic didn't work. You looked very scared. I was like, this sucks. But I didn't want to quit because I'm annoying. But it's okay. I'm sorry you were so uncomfortable and freaked out. I didn't like it. I just didn't want to be like that last night. What? Way we dance. Sorry, I don't think I understand what you mean. I'm stupid. And that is not a crime. But it doesn't change the truth. I don't go, boo-hoo, I hate it here, get me out. So I just panic told Joseph here. Which there is no shame in this. If you wanted to leave, you could have hit me with our code, this fucking sucks, I want to leave. And I would have been like, cool, let's get out of here then. Cause the fucking gauze shit, man. It's not staying on. I tried to do it just on her. All right, we're gonna get rid of this one. I did it just on her claw, just the one claw, and it still didn't stay on. So it's like we need the boot, and I fuck. Yes, I got return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. She was in a sock for like 2 weeks. They were like, it can't be that long. I mean, it's mostly just to make sure she doesn't have like, so she doesn't get anything into it because the claw doesn't grow back for that long. Which I believe because you're not supposed to cut your dog's toenails for, it's only supposed to be every couple weeks. So if I cut it too low, it taking 2 weeks to grow back makes sense to me. We could call the vet and ask, but it's fucking Christmas Eve tomorrow. So it's like return of the Mac. Yeah, we just need to get our boots, and I just return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the little yarns. I don't think I like them. Hello? Oh, well, that means we're done. And I do return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. Return of the Mac. If anywhere's open tomorrow morning, we can go look for some real quick. So I'm wondering if Bud could come with us to Christmas Eve, but I don't think anyone would. I was thinking about that literally 2 seconds ago. I feel kind of bad that she can't come with us. But then it's kind of like, it turns out that the reason shit. Hi, Bruno. Saw the Twilight soundtrack and thought it was hysterical. That's because it is. Anyway, um, um, anymore. Legend that can save me. No, we go there now. On the door. Ooh. We'll keep that one. But yeah, anyway, I was talking to Mom the other day, and the reason why Grandma won't move. So, okay. One, I don't know if you've heard this, but Grandma does not want to move in with us. So we don't have to move or whatever. Cause that was in the cards or whatever for a minute there, but now it's not. I think it's because we have Bug. Had it been just Truffle, Grandma might have moved in. But now that we have Bug, she won't anymore. Which I feel kind of extremely fucking guilty about. Because Mom keeps talking to, well, she's not like keeps, but like she's mentioned a couple times that Grandma's super fucking miserable by herself. So that's really awesome. It's really fucking cool. And I'm happy it's happening. Some guy. Yeah, luckily she will be here with us for Christmas, which... Huh? Oh, Bug? She will be here. Oh, Grandma. My bad. I forgot Grandma was coming over to sleep over. But yes, you are probably correct. But I don't know that will change her mind necessarily. She's having a sleepover. Yes, I do. I was told this. I just forgot. But yeah, I don't know how much that'll change her mind on like wanting to stay or go or whatever. Okay, simplify. Okay. My eyes will do the same. Rain. No, I don't think she'll change her mind, but I'm just happy that the holidays will be better for her here rather than home alone. Not to be confused with the Christmas movie, of course. Yeah, that's true. I didn't really think about it that way. I'm not really sure what the sleeping situation will be, to be honest. And I hopefully Owen doesn't wake up too early. Because I've been enjoying myself sleeping in until a crisp 9 p.m. I mean a.m. Holy shit, that'd be crazy. I've kind of discovered that I am a night owl, which I kind of had the idea that I was before, right? But I am significantly more fucking miserable going to bed at an early hour and then waking up at the ass crack of dawn than I am going to bed at a late hour and waking up at like a not 11, but like 8 or 9. I am like, I want to be up right now. This is my work time. I'm like, come on, let's fucking, I'm working. Come on, you know? And especially with stream, like I'm very active. On stream, like I like to make things. Only do nature now to verse for weed. See, nothing wrong with that. No, sorry, the sun cannot be out of it. Okay, you're right. I'm with you, but like my body is not. My brain and heart, I agree. It has to be early. But I am asleep. Like, Bug is going to be so fucking sleepy. Cause she's also used to waking up at not that time. Like when I'm gonna try. I don't know how successful I'll be. But yeah. Did you know if I open it's after 7 a.m. I fucking combust and explode? Okay, my bad. That one will keep on actually. From you. Do 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 do. The hell. Do do. Should I add the narrow. California. Should I add my little symbols anywhere else? Like, do you think this is enough? I have to vectorize that anyway, so I will fix that when I get there. So I think it's enough. Okay, cool. Because the leaves, I really get crazy with it, but there's not a whole lot of room to get crazy with this. Hold on. Okay. Reference layer. Hold on. The ghost was slightly green, right? Yes. He was slightly green. So I'm going to make him slightly blue. Hey. Oh. Oh. There we go. You've been miles away. Actually, we'll make that a warm black. A blacker warm. A warmer black. Does that read like black to you? We'll come back to it. Because realistically, I could just go full blown. Okay, cool. But now I've changed my mind. Dangerous connection, a dangerous connection. Should that be a different color? Dangerous connection, dangerous connection. Pink. Purple? Maybe we just keep it to winter colors. I like the green one! That's just because you like green. Hold on, I'll try the hat in green. How's that? Let's... We have a dangerous connection. No, I like the red hat red than blue. Really? I thought you liked green. Wait, blue is good. Okay, hold on. Like that? I do like the green, but I like that. Like this? I like the green, actually. I think this just needs to be darker. I mean, a little lighter. I like this. Because it's not... Red, I think, gives a little too Christmas. Whereas... This green gives winter. You know, like that. Me too. It's okay, but I like this a lot. I am making the executive decision. I know I ask for everybody's opinions a lot, but I like this. Okay. And then... Okay. Which means this gets rasterized, and now we can color the lines. And I'm like, okay. Picks, and I'm like, okay. Okay. So I'm like, okay. So now I'm like, okay. Should the arms be brown? Maybe a different brown. Take pics and I'm like, okay. They should be brown. Then I'm like, okay. I think the eye lines need to be thinner, which means I have made a mistake. I'm doing alright. Had to go to work for a bit, but I just went on. Happy to hear it. Sorry you had to go to work. Kind of disgusting. Yes. There's something about this song. It's like fucking crack. But anyway, I'm doing okay. I think my time is up. Hey. Ooh. We were talking about Grace's weird ass Christmas party. Oh. So I want to undo that. And then I'll kill Biddy on Dick. And she said, yes. I got blessed. Laid about a week ago. I worked my ass off. I still can't pay it though. Be a good time before my time is up. I'll fix that in a minute. Not my greatest move, but that's okay. Yikes. What the hell? Oh. Claimed another free game on Epic Games earlier. It looks really bad. But my Epic Games library is growing despite me never fucking playing on Epic Games. Which is very funny of me. Ass off. I still can't pay it though. Had me a good time. I think it's like a free game every day. Because it's Christmas. So it's kind of like a advent calendar. I don't know how long they've been doing that. So I feel a bit stupid for not checking every day. Hello. Thank you. But not the end of the world, honestly. Everybody wanna do something. Go it out tonight. Yeah. Remember that. I worked my ass off to get off in this club. What the hell? Thank you. Whoops. Ken, are you an Avatar Blue fan? So true. The blue Avatar? How do you feel about blue Avatar? seasons change. So the first one, they just... This is not your lucky day. We are huge Blue Avatar fans. And regular, but the blue is more relevant at this stage because the third one just dropped. I was talking to my mom about it. We were going on errands. I'm a big blue fan. Massive hater. Yeah, the movies are super fucking bad. So the enjoyment is in a I am being mean way. Yo to the rake is full of stakes. I hate to say, as it all on masquerades coming high. I've forgotten how it goes. Flash a smile while the traffic slows. Take a seat while I trample out the days. Anyway, I was so fucking excited to see the third movie. And so I was talking to my mom about it, and I was like, you know, in the aftermath of you seeing a movie, how you kind of, you do some thinking. You consider the movie you just saw. And I was considering it more, and honestly, the original movie is almost like a prequel now. It's not good. It's like, and like, don't get me wrong, in a weird way, I'm enjoying... Damn, it went that far. I would argue, like, I'll do that in the lighter gray. I mean darker gray. There we go. Maybe I'll make it a little bit blue. But yeah, it is very... That's very subtle. Maybe a little less subtle. Wow, that didn't change fucking anything. That's crazy. Yeah, that's fine. No, yeah, it's because so the first movie occurred. Cool. It was a movie. Could have ended there. Didn't. Fine. The problem is that in the second movie, they do a time skip to when they have kids. That's fine. I don't necessarily mind that. However, the third movie goes from the end of the second movie right into the third movie. Which is like, now these two feel very close-knit. Whereas the first one, it feels super disconnected because you did a time skip between 1 and 2. So it's like, now that the second two feel more tight-knit, I'm calling the second movie the first movie. Because when you're talking about it, you are referring to these characters in the first movie because most of the characters you're talking about were introduced in the second movie. Most of the characters that you met and knew and hung out with in the first movie aren't there. Not in the sense that you're used to. Like, the evil bad guy, he's in the second too. But he, if you recall, dies in the first movie. Spoilers. He comes back. I know. And, like, it didn't... it wasn't bad that there wasn't a whole lot of time in between, because it made sense, because things were very tense at the end of the second movie. Despite the movie being 3 fucking hours long. I actually don't remember how long the second movie is, but it is quite long. And it's slow. These are very slow movies now. The first movie, there was a little bit of hang time, but it wasn't like nothing was going on. The small, slow scenes in between everything still meant something, you know? Whereas, like, in these movies, everything moves at a painstakingly slow pace. Which, when I was watching the second movie in theaters, I minded. I was like, ugh, this is so boring. What are we doing? I don't care about anything. All of this is dumb. I don't care. Yes, they did. Are you gonna watch them? Do you care about spoilers? Cause let's just say from this point forward. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So, the way they bring back his name's Korich from the first movie is apparently the people, the humans, I guess, sent his memories and stuff back to Earth, where they already had an avatar growing for him on Earth, I think. And so then the avatar was shipped back to Pandora, where he was then updated on what happened. Because he watches a little video of himself in the second movie, a video of his human self in the second movie being like, yeah, so I died. If you're watching this, you're me. Blah, 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 whatever. And then he, obviously has it out for Jake because he killed him, blah, blah, blah. And I think the humans want Jake dead, which they don't make super clear until the third movie. Like, we know that we want Jake dead, but in the second movie, you're watching it and it's like, okay, it's Quaritch's revenge. That's what he wants. But it isn't. It's actually, Jake is officially a traitor to the human race. And the state wants him executed for betraying the human race. Which that isn't revealed until the third movie. Had they meshed together the second and the third movie, first of all, the movie would have been much shorter. If you can believe that. I'm asking you to combine 6 hours worth of movie into a shorter version of the second movie. And here's why this would work. One, there is so much information in both movies that we simply do not need. We could cut a good majority of this stuff out. Is it maybe plot, or is it maybe world building for future movies? Perhaps. Do we need it right this second? No, the fuck we don't. Also, the third movie got a couple things like wrong in its own film. So at the beginning, I took some notes, which I know sounds a little insane, but I am annoying. So I also had a little notebook with me, so I couldn't see very well, so I stopped at like maybe at 45 minutes into the movie, which isn't a whole lot of time into the movie, but it was starting to become a distraction, so I had to pay attention. Anyway, so no, in the same fucking movie. So at the beginning of the movie, in the first movie, there are no eclipses to my knowledge. In the second movie, there's an eclipse. Like, you can see it happening in the movie. A planet next to them, I think, in their solar system, it's a very large planet, and Pandora is much smaller by comparison. The very large planet blocks their sun. And it would make sense that the large planet is so large that it would block the sun every single day. So, in the third movie, they say daily eclipse. That makes complete sense. We saw an eclipse in the second movie. It didn't last it didn't last very long. Like, it was during the final battle, and it was like, okay, this was very quick, and the Like, we didn't say, oh my god, it's the daily eclipse. In the second movie, it was the shot was the sun being covered, like the final sliver of the sun being covered. And then it was dark. And then at the end of the movie, when the eclipse is over, the sun is revealed again, and then you realize that you kind of put two and two together. It is an eclipse. I would almost find it really interesting if their night times were just literally eclipses, but of course that's not really how planets work, but that'd be really cool. Or if they had like a second night, or if their days were so long that they slept during the eclipse and then they had like a second day and then they slept during the official night cycle that isn't a midday nap, exactly, or something like that. There are so many cool things that they could have done lore-wise with the fact that they're aliens, but they just don't fucking do, because they're literally just people too. And that makes me really upset, because it's kind of like, dude, you are on a completely different planet, you're building a whole new culture, but all you're really doing is making human beings, but again. You're doing, like, it's clear that you're basing a lot of these people off of pre-existing indigenous cultures. Exactly, super lame. It's like, cause the forest people, I don't really know what culture specifically we were basing them off of. But you know, they have the bows and arrows. They're not really using any like grand technology. They're, you know, their clothes feel very tribal, and they have, you know, and then the second movie where they introduce like the reef people is even more egregious. In the third movie, it's super bad because they have the face tattoo element of some, I think it's Maori, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But like, one of the girl characters gets her first face tattoo in the third movie. Do I think that's fucking awesome? Yes, I do. Did I think it was a cool tattoo? Yes, I did. Am I pro girl face tattoo? Yes. It was neat. Cause it was like kind of like triangularly, tribally shaped above her eyebrow. I thought it was neat. Also, she's one of my favorite characters, Sumi. Do I like the ocean? Yes. Is that why I like the second movie the best? Yes. Is that a crime? No. So step off. Woo. Anyway, so yeah. The second movie and third movie could have been combined. Nah. It's not a crime. But anyway, so the biggest they revealed Kiri, which is one of the kids in the second movie. They reveal her to have been a clone of the scientist lady in the first movie. Like, if you recall that one, they like, she dies and we bring her avatar and her body to the other we bring her body and her avatar to the Tree of Souls, or what the fuck ever, and then we try to transfer her body to her avatar body to save her after she was shot. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but instead, the avatar body got pregnant and then gave birth to a daughter, Kiri. So Kiri is a clone of the avatar, because Awa, I guess, tried to save the avatar, or Awa tried to save Grace, but it didn't work. Fine. Whatever. So they did some implications about how she has like a not a greater power. That's a plot point for sure. Yeah. It was certainly interesting. And the thing is that it's not even that fucking interesting of a plot point. It's like, we could have revealed that in the second movie. I promise you. In 3 fucking hours, we could have introduced that without any problem. Instead, we spend all that time hanging out with the lame ass brother. I'm gonna be. Nitayam, the oldest brother, who lives and dies in the first movie, could have been cut out of the fucking movie completely. He could have. Because honestly, despite, had Loak, okay, because Kiri could have been, the oldest, and could have been the best at being a Navi, right? And so then she could have been more beloved by Neytiri. And then, I'm sure having a son would have been very important for Jake, right? And so Jake could have been like, okay, Loak is my beautiful baby boy, but he's kind of a fucking loser. This is very disappointing for me. Even Kiri is a more impressive son to me, even though she isn't really our son. You know? There could have been some tension there. With him being a loser in that way, or he could have just been the firstborn and been a straight up loser, especially because Loak, the younger of the 2 brothers, has 5 fingers as opposed to 4 like the Na'vi are supposed to have, so him having a visible trait that a human also has could have caused tension with not only Neytiri, but with Jake as well, who's trying to integrate himself into the culture as much as he possibly can, except largely fails. But that's, neither here nor there. Point is, Loak could have been the oldest brother, and he still could have been a fucking loser. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't have to be perfect Natam trying to meet his standard, and then he dies, and now I'm the loser. It would have caused a bit of trouble in the second movie in regards to bonding with... I'm sorry, in the third movie. In regards to bonding with Jake, like Loak and Jake bonding... Without the death of Loak, there would have been less tension. However, we didn't deal with the tension enough in the third movie to feel like it was a rewarding bonding moment. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't get to see in the aftermath of the soul whale... What are they called again? The Toruk? The Tanuk? I don't remember what they're called. Tolkun, thank you. So there are these soul whales called Tolkun, and they're basically way smarter than human beings, but they're whales. And so they have culture, clans, government, they sing, they have songs, and the Tolkun have soul connections with their reef counterparts. So in the second movie, we hang out with the Tolkun a little bit, and we see the reef people interact with their whale counterpart, the Tolkun counterpart. And so the chief wife, what's that called again? The spirit leader of the reef tribe that we're hanging out with has a mom soul whale who just had... Dude, so true. The Tolkun are my favorite fucking characters in the whole movie. The whole series. I don't give a fuck about anything besides these whales. They're so fucking cool. The fact that they're smarter than us and have, like, culture and more, like, neural pathways, like, canonically. And part of their brain, like, the reason why they're a plot point in the second movie is because they are being hunted for this goop inside their, like, soul brain thing. Because you know how the Na'vi have their braid that they can connect with? The Tolkun have something similar, except it's, like, in the roof of their mouth and can be extended, sort of like a tongue, but it's not their tongue. Because it tucks itself away in, like, the space between their brain and, like, their mouth. So that's really cool. And so it can extend and then connect to um the trees and other things in the same way the Navi can. And there are of course more animals that we can connect with. If someone kill no, so fucking true. We'll get to that in a minute. So the soul whales are so fucking cool. I love the Tulkun. They're awesome. So the spiritual leader of the reef tribe that we're hanging out with, we get to see her interact with her soul whale, and her soul whale introduces her baby to the spirit leader woman. And the spirit leader woman is pregnant, so there are parallels there. And so and then the scene is so fucking cute because the daughter of the chief and the spirit leader um talks to her soul whale and tells the soul whale that she met a boy, referring to Loak because Loak, the younger brother, and her have like a romance. It's a very not great subplot, but it's so fucking cute. I want to tell my soul whale that I met a boy. You know what I mean? Like, that's adorable. And so like they're telling all their stories and stuff to their soul whales, and so as the movie progresses, Loak meets his own soul whale because he's an outcast kind of character. He's a loser. His parents don't like him that much because he's kind of a freak. He's not very good at the military stuff. It's implied that he's not very good at the spiritual stuff either because Kiri is very spiritual by comparison, but they don't play with that too much. Do I think it would have been interesting to? Yes, I would have. Sharing the hot goss with my soul whale. Exactly! That's what I'm saying! So, we go... Now I'm just telling you the plot of the fucking movies. I'm so sorry. My favorite thing to do is to relay the plots of movies. You can't get me like this. Anyway, so Loak is the outcast loser brother. Thank you. Is the outcast loser brother, and so we go... I think he defends Kiri, who also has 5 fingers because she's the clone of the Avatar, who has 5 fingers, so she can't really not have 5 fingers. It's very weird because Loak is the only other character who has 5 fingers, so Kiri has a reason to have 5 fingers, but Loak does not. So it's weird. I mean, he does because his dad has 5 fingers, so it's genetically feasible, but it's very weird that he does because Tuck has 4 fingers, I believe. Or Took or whatever. The youngest sister is Took or Tuck or whatever. There's only 3 of them now, aren't there? I invent a secret 4th family member for them because and okay, there was a 4th family member. Nateam was the oldest. So at the point of the movie that I'm just gonna start over. So at the beginning of the second movie, we find out that there are more humans coming to Pandora, and it took them years to do this. Like, we kicked all of the people off from the first movie. They were mostly scientists, and they were like digging up resources and stuff. I'm not really sure what they were doing. I think it was like a dig of some kind. But it wasn't clear that I think they were trying to find ways to tame the planet and then have it become livable. But that it was mostly a scientific venture, not anything like official. So then in the second movie, another ship comes to Pandora, and it is confirmed to be a city building ship in the third movie. I don't know if we confirm that in the second movie. I actually don't. We don't talk about the big ship too much, like the big kahuna. We actually hang out more with the whale killers, but we'll get there in a minute. So point is, there are more people. And so now we're fighting them, we're trying to get rid of them, and so we are shoved into caves as forest people, which drives me up the fucking wall as we continue through the series, but we'll get there eventually. So we go to the we're fighting them, and so now we're older. We've had kids, and we're fighting things. So the first scene of the movie is us stealing weaponry from, like we do like a raid on the humans or whatever. And so we steal some guns and stuff. And so Loak and Nateam is the eldest brother of the Sully family, and then Loak is the second youngest, but he is the oldest. He's the second youngest. So the two eldest of the family are both boys. Kiri might be in between the two, but since Kiri isn't technically their kid, we'll just call her an outlier. Kiri could be the oldest, but they don't treat her like she's the second oldest. Let me Google it. Kiri is 14 years old. What the fuck are you talking about? That is not a 14-year-old. You are fucking insane. Okay. She is older than Loak. Loak is supposed to be 13 in the first movie, 14 in the second movie. That boy is not 13. Hello? How old's Nateam? Nateam is 14 or 15. Huh? No, he's not. That's fucking insane. How adoptive? Okay, look, and then Tuck. Okay. Tuck is at least... Okay. Tuck is supposed to be 6 in the first movie, 7 in the second. I mean, shit! 6 in... Six in the second movie, 7 in the third. Whew. She's 5'7". That's fucking crazy. Happy for her. That's insane. Guess how old Spider is. How's a 7-year-old telling me? To be fair, the Na'vi are canonically very fucking large. Like when they stand next to human beings, they have a good 2 or 3 feet on them. It is insane that Tuck is that tall though. I'm fucking flabbergasted. Anyway. Moad, who the hell's that? Oh.